Hey, it's me, NDP, and this is a little early access review for Spiritvale. It just went into early access a few weeks before this video is live. I played it for about 10 hours. I'll go over what I learned, if there are any decent changes, and the struggles that they had with early access. If you're unfamiliar though, this is a Ragnarok-inspired indie MMORPG that was funded through Kickstarter, and it is $15 on Steam now. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I know a lot of you subscribers are fans. Let people know what you think in the comments. Leave me a like and subscribe for indie MMORPG and co-op content. We have a Discord server over 1500 on there if anyone wants to game with us or keep up with the latest developing ones. Okay, where to begin? I tried to play this the day of launch. There are tons of people. I'll show the servers right here for any of you who are in kind of harder to reach areas. They pretty much have servers for everybody in the world, so pretty good. But the first couple of days it was pretty laggy. We had some issues, mobs were disappearing and so on. And that's kind of typical with MMORPG releases and early access launches. They got that cleared up within a day or two. So I waited a week and was able to finally play pretty smoothly. Still thousands of people playing. I'll pop up the Steam charts as well. As far as the fundamentals of the game go, this is very grindy. You can choose from a handful of base classes, and then you can eventually job advance at level 50. For now, each class has just one job advancement, but down the line they'll have more. I started off as a tank since we have so many people in our indie MMO Discord, but none of them wanted to join me, so after a couple of hours on that character, I ditched him and I switched over to the class that would eventually become a gunslinger. I did eventually advance. It took me a few days, maybe six or 7 hours. Felt pretty smooth, and it was actually kind of addictive. The problem I have with this game is it's just grinding. So as you level up, you'll gain skill points and stat points. The main kind of grind that you'll eventually be having is going for specific gear. I'll show on the screen. You can check out the new map that they've updated all the maps since pre-early access. It looks really good. The game looks 10 times better. But essentially, you're going to want to kind of specialize in certain skills, and then certain gear actually affects certain skills. So for example, I had this arrow range skill and I really liked it, so I found the gear set that boosts the stats of that, and then I just power leveled myself and it felt really good. But there's no life skilling, there's no trading when I was playing, but they're in the process of adding guild storage, trading, the auction house, a bunch of other stuff should be in. Even by the time you see this video, maybe it should be in. So they are adding some stuff that I'm sure tons of us want. I know I for one wanted. I don't want to just be in a grind simulator. I need more. But you'll be grinding for gear, you'll be grinding for levels. You can specialize in certain elements because certain mobs have weaknesses. You kind of think of it like Pokemon style. I found this backpack that gave me extra 10% water damage, I think it was, and then I trained at this water spot and I was just a little bit stronger and it really helped. They changed how certain skills worked if you played before early access. Some classes really struggled with mana consumption. I didn't have that issue this time, and I also didn't really have any issue with my health. There are some good balances that they've achieved with early access's launch. They added a transmog system. They added a little cosmetics store. You can support the game further if you really like the game. But overall, it's not that much different than what I've already covered on this game, but it does feel a lot better. You can also tilt the camera up and down, which a lot of us really hated before, how it was static, but now you can change it and it feels more like an MMO. They changed up how the graphics are. They changed the maps. They changed the actual map display. They added teleports to most of the maps too, which is really nice because before sometimes you'd have to do quite a bit of running. I think it does feel more like an MMO right now. I wrote down in my notes how they actually made the maps bigger really helped. Therefore, there are more mobs and you're able to see more people running around and grinding next to you. Now I'll just take you through my notes of what I wrote down while I was actively playing and getting to job advance and leveling up a little bit after that. I wrote down gear does change how you look, which is great, of course. Doesn't feel sandboxy. So these indie MMOs that are basically sandboxes, right? All you can do right now is only grind, and I just don't think that's enough for me to actively play an MMO, because basically we can grind mobs in almost any MMO, and this is based off of a classic that I'm sure had plenty of other things to do. So right now we don't have crafting, we don't really have group content. People say that you can boss at higher levels on maps that don't have the teleport. That's kind of the spots to grind at, but really all you can do right now is grind mobs. You can join a guild, you can eventually trade and use the auction house and use the vending stalls, but is that enough to keep, well, you know, what am I talking about? Aren't there like a ton of people playing right now? I mean, it's been out for, when I'm recording this, what's it been? It's been a couple of weeks. We're at 6,000. I mean, people, okay, it's got a, why does it have such a steep drop off? since yesterday. People are like actively enjoying the heck out of this game. It's kind of crazy, to me at least. So yeah, maybe it is enough for some of you, but it's just not really enough for me. I'm sure some people have the same sentiment. Hopefully the dev can continue to add more group content, but getting new gear was really satisfying. That's basically a big part of the game, is leveling up and getting new gear. There is no level requirement for any gear. It's just the difficulty of actually getting that gear. You have to obviously fight harder mobs to get that stuff, and eventually you are able to trade and buy that stuff, but getting it yourself or even buying it feels really good. The power upgrade and the graphics change. Hey, it's me, editor NDP. I forgot to mention that also there's just some very basic gear upgrading system in game. It's kind of like BDO. You just bang on your gear with different sets of gems, and then it gets more difficult to successfully upgrade your gear as you go. No pay to win, no convoluted crap that you can pay to make it easier to do, which is great. Yeah, just a side note if you haven't played this before. You start off mostly by doing single target DPS, and then you'll eventually move on to AoE. There are a bunch of different areas. New maps look really good. I really like the sewers. I partied up with the guy and leveled up, and then the kind of process is you just keep going to the next map, next map, next map. I wrote down Kickstarter joke. I don't know what that means. Pizza break. I don't know what that means. Oh, I wrote down no KS. You cannot KS or take other people's mobs. I've seen some people complaining about that on Reddit, I think, because the higher levels can come and take mobs from like the entire map, so that's kind of an issue for some people. The progression felt really good. I got to level 50. Job advancements are basically just talking to your trainer, and then you get a whole new set of skills. You can still use your old skills as well, which is great. I have this link in my notes. I don't remember. This will ruin the game. Oh, just people were complaining about macro users and stuff. Honestly, didn't notice it myself, but if you notice them, obviously report them on their Discord if you want. Okay, so auction house is being added. Some kind of GM issues. Man, I should check Reddit every time we do a review. That's hilarious. But yeah, I'm honestly kind of tired of talking about Spiritvale. Everyone kind of knows what it is already. For now, it's a grinding mob kind of simulator. You can be a goblin, which I guess I like. But that's kind of everything I have in my notes. There's not a whole lot to say. Monetization, there's no pay to win, which is great. No fast forwarding, no power stuff, nothing. If you're on the fence, just buy the game. It's 15 bucks, man. I spend more on pizza every month, but I thought I'd just do a little update to Spiritvale. So far, people are really enjoying it on our Discord server. Nobody decided to make a guild. Everyone just kind of joined random guilds. Not an MMO I can main. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you planning on maining this one? I like the graphics. I like how smooth the combat is, but ultimately I just gotta wait for more updates, I think. This was just kind of a little check-in for the early access. Overall, some really good changes. I can't wait to see some more that comes out. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. If you like the game, if you hate it, leave me a like. Subscribe for indie MMORPG and co-op content. It's all we cover on this channel. If you want to game with us or really keep up with the latest developing news, join our Discord server. It is indie MMORPG themed with over 1,500 of us on there. A big thank you to our YouTube members, our Twitch subscribers, and our Patreon supporters. If you want to support the channel for free, use my Amazon link. But that's all for me. I'm working on a Star Citizen little video, so stay tuned for next week. We got new videos every Saturday. Remember to game for fun, and until next time, I will see you in game.